Hi, I'm Ana Wagner. I run Ashthrone Booking, LLC. Ashthrone Booking works a lot with pop punk, metalcore, metal, what people would consider emo music. But every now and then I branch out into things like acoustic, indie rock. I started getting involved in the music industry, I guess just more the community, when I was 15. I just started going to shows and then never stopped. And then I got a marketing degree and was like, I want to do something with music. Didn't know what. I'm at a show one night and Dan from Phantom Dan decides, he's like, hey, do you want to help us with our booking? And then after that, it just kind of spiraled into me realizing this is what I love to do. And then I started Ashthrone. I didn't really have a goal when I first started Ashthrone. I've worked with 100 bands and then around like 50 shows. After 1 year of doing this, I was like, okay, now we can make goals for it and see what we want to do. I definitely want in 5 years to be doing this full time, no longer bartending, no other side gigs, just this. I want to do more tours and I want to branch well out of Georgia and like the Southeast. In 5 years, I'd like to just be like all over the place and at least have a couple employees to where I don't have to do everything myself anymore. I feel like a lot of the challenges that I face, and probably other local artists, I would assume, is just really getting into new spaces and getting your name out there. As a one-person company, I do have to do everything by myself, booking in general, contacting the venues, promoting the show. Genuinely everything that goes into a show, I have hands-on. I feel like it's really hard sometimes to balance that and also exist in like a personal life and then also have my day job during the week. And I feel like a lot of people don't realize that it's just me doing it. So I try to tell people, please be patient. I can only answer emails and stuff like so fast because I also have to do everything else. It's a lot sometimes. I still love it, but I'm just like, one more person would be nice. There's some days where being a woman in this industry is fine and it's dandy and there's no problems, but then there's other days where sometimes I'll show up to the venue and I'm the promoter and they're like, the band's girlfriend can't be back here. And I'm like, that's not me. And there was times where I'd go to shows and I would always have like a friend with me and sometimes it would be a guy and the bands would come up to him and thank him and he'd be like, wasn't me, that's her. So just people assuming that somebody behind Ashthrone is just, they're immediately like, oh, it's a man. And again, that's not everybody, but like, that doesn't make me feel great, but I'm like, that's just, again, being a woman in the industry. I think the thing that motivates me the most is just having the goal of wanting to do this full time. And I don't think that that's gonna be possible unless I just like keep pushing and keep doing it. I just gotta remember not to burn myself out and like give myself a rest day every now and then to where I just don't think about it. So it's really just the goal of wanting to do it full time. I wanna say a couple months into having Ashthrone, I just was like, I wanna make a festival. It was originally just an idea of like, oh, I just want all of my homies' bands playing, which it kind of ended up being that, but it worked out perfectly. Finding a venue that was okay with me throwing 11 bands at them was a little stressful. Cine was hesitant but interested, and so I sat down with them. The sound guy was like, I would have told you to stop at 5. I'm like, I can't do that. And then we finally worked it out. Somehow I was trying to get sponsors, Creature Comforts was interested, and then they were like, oh, but what if we had a pre-party here? And I go, okay, let's do more. So it grew bigger than I kind of expected it to, and I just every day was just working on stuff. After like the bands were all booked, the venue was booked, everything was done, I sent out to each band, hey, I need you to make this promo video on this day. So all the band promo that was done, I also like planned all that out, but it's coming back for year 2, January 16th, 2027. Very excited. For Stay Dead Fest, and I just would really like to, at some point, I want it to be kind of like Warped Tour. That's just like, that's the goal. We're a little over a year later, and it's going really well, but I feel like the challenge is just making more connections and getting into new spaces